Good evening, everyone. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg. I am Andrew Bamlett. It is a Monday, October 19th. Hopefully you all had a wonderful Monday, start of the week for you. A little chilly. Gonna get cold through the week, and maybe a warm up on Thursday. But other than that, it's definitely fall, windy weather and wet weather. So be ready for any type of cold. Hopefully you got all your outside stuff done. Maybe you won't have to pick up the leaves. Might get blown all off your yard. So hopefully that helps you out. I'll be filling in for Jeremy here the next couple days for Talking Fitchburg and the update in the mornings. So we're going to get into the show today. Of course, we'll have your headlines to start the show. And it's Monday, so we have Jeremy back in with the Verona Road construction update. And then we continue our election coverage with DATCP with Laura Sutherland, and this time talking about voting safety. Pretty much, we talked about the election scams overall on Friday, and then today we'll talk voting safety as a whole. So we'll have that for you in the guest segment today. But to get started, we had a multiple burglaries happen over the weekend, late Saturday evening. Fitchburg officers investigated multiple burglaries, including the theft of a vehicle in the area of Red Arrow Trail and Genuine Road. The first call was received around 9:40 p.m. when the homeowner in the 4500 block of Genuine Road reported someone had entered their home earlier and stolen the contents of a purse. A short time later, additional calls were received reporting burglaries to homes on separate blocks of Red Arrow Trail. Fitchburg officers ultimately investigated 4 burglaries in the area Saturday evening. SUV was stolen from the home during one of the burglaries. Based on available evidence, officers believed that at least one of the burglaries occurred earlier in the evening, around 7 p.m. in at least one instance. It appears the suspects gained access by breaking a basement window. The suspects entered another home via an unlocked door or window, and some of the victims were home during the burglaries, while other homes were unoccupied at the times of the incidents. Officers are spending additional time in the area today to collect video evidence and speak with neighbors. If anyone has home surveillance video footage of suspicious behavior in the area from last evening or Saturday evening, or if you may have witnessed suspicious activity, please contact the Fitchburg Police Department at 608-270-4300, or you can also contact the Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014. And of course, you can go to fitchburgwi.gov for property crime prevention tips. And you'll find everything on there from the police department on the city website. All right, also we have in-person absentee voting hours for November 3rd election, general election, will be held at Oak Hall Room of the Fitchburg Community Center, which is attached to City Hall, which is 5510 Lacey Road. Hours of absentee voting start on Tuesday, October 20th through Friday. So starting tomorrow through Friday, you'll have 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday the 24th is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday, October 25th through October 29th, which is Monday through Thursday, will be 8 to 7. And the last day of voting in person absentee will be Friday, October 30th from 8 to 5. So please be sure to bring your own photo ID and bring your own ballpoint pen, black ballpoint pen, to mark your ballot. And we do request that you wear a mask within the facilities of City Hall and the Community Center. Also, we have the drive-through flu shot clinic coming up this Wednesday on October 21st from 9 to 11 at Fire Station Number 1. This is put on by the Fitchburg Senior Center, partnering with Fitchburg Family Pharmacy and the Fitchburg Fire Department. Please stop on down and get an intake form prior to your visit the day of on the 21st. They are available at the Senior Center Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So you have Monday, Tuesday this week, if you haven't already, from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. to stop by and pick up your intake. If you want to get it online, you can go to whatagreatpharmacy.wordpress.com and look it up there as well. We also have free flu shots going on at the Lion Energy Center. Dane County kids 6 months to 18 years who don't have insurance or are on Badger Care or Medicaid can get a free flu shot at the drive-through flu clinic at the Alliant Energy Center. We will work with to provide shots in the way that the works best for your family. More details, go to publichealthmdc.com/flu for more information on that one. And also we have October is Firewood Awareness Month. Firewood can carry invasive insects and diseases that can kill native trees. Most infestations of these insects and diseases can destroy our forests, decrease property values, and cost a great deal to monitor, manage, and control. What can you do to help reduce the chance of spreading invasive species? Well, leave firewood at home. Do not transport it to campgrounds or parks. Ask a campground how to get locally harvested firewood, and be aware of firewood regulations. Tell your friends not to move firewood as well. So again, don't buy firewood at your house. Take it with you to wherever you're camping and use it. Buy it on site wherever you are, and you can see the graphic here. Kind of helps you show that very nicely on what to do. Very nice graphic. This is again put out by DATCP. Just get out and walk. Taking walk creates 12.4% drop in stress and hormones and 1.4 drops in blood pressure. And so just go out and walk to get the firewood. It's pretty nice. Again, this graphic shows you a lot of detail here on what's going on with Firewood Awareness Month. All right, that's going to do it for me for headlines today. Coming up next will be the Verona Road construction update with Jeremy. And as we go to break, we'll take a look at the committee and commission meetings happening this week.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Andrew's off and running the show really good. I'm off for the anniversary this week. 10 years. What? Love you, wife. And I love our construction update as it comes to an end. 7 years. And I'm coming up on 10 years this year, so kind of crazy when you look at it that way. But either way, we do have your update for you, and let's get started with this. They just a couple of information here. Earlier last week, crews paved the final layer of asphalt in placement permanent pavement markings along County PD between Fitchburg and Commerce Park Drive. So some of that work is going to continue into this week. In addition, those operations this week, crews will complete concrete islands under the Verona Road bridges and final traffic signal items. So be cautious. Those are some words there from DOT, as crews will be near the travel lanes all this week. So as we do, we'll go right into County PD McKee Road between Fitchburg and Commerce Park Drive. Eastbound and westbound County PD and McKee Road are located on their respective sides. You know that. And the 2 lanes are open within each direction in the project limits. Crews continue to construct the construction of the median island concrete curb and gutter at the bridges and under Verona Road. Be alert for crews and equipment as they were working nearing the travel lanes. And you got to be careful because they're again working in the median area, so you want to be safe on that. All turn movements are open at Nesbitt Road and Capac Road intersection, so that permanent configuration is good. And same with all turn movements at McKee Road intersection with Fitzrona and Hard Rock on Commerce Park Drive. All that is good to go as well, as that all has been completed. So maybe that's the last time we'll see that graphic. And the other one too, for that matter. Then we won't have anything to talk about. Man. That's okay. We're going to get Steve on the show one more time here. He promised. So he promised. Work continues to be complete the median turn lanes at Nesbitt and Capac Road intersection. Restoration items and completed medians. Concrete pavement items are under the Verona Road Bridge. So we'll continue. Traffic signal items throughout the week as traffic will be shifted onto the final traffic pattern coming up. Wow. This is It's coming up on the 26th through the 30th, if you can believe that already, folks. That is just amazing. And complete concrete islands under the Verona Road bridges and final traffic signal items, restoration items throughout the project, and complete the remaining work items. I call that the punch list items to get that all wrapped up as that project, sadly and gratefully ends, which is so crazy. A couple of photos for you to show you of the work happening out there. First one here, looking at the lanes, and it says, in addition to bike lanes that will be available along McKee Road within these limits, as well as sidewalks connecting the local roadways. So that just looks so nice paved. It's hard to remember the last time it was paved. Nothing. I thought I'd even get a giggle out of Andrew. Didn't even get that. Yeah, it does look good as they wrap up, and as read in the update, they got all the final markings on the road as well. So pretty cool stuff there as they wrap up. Something to look back to here on this next photo is when they were hanging up the overhead sign. That thing's huge, but showing you how to navigate as you come up to what'd you call that single point intersection, Andrew? Yes. It only took me 7 years to get that right. And I nailed it. Yeah, that work and sign is up for your viewing pleasure the next time you pass through that area. All right. Well, this is it. You can stay connected with the project. If you haven't already, well, your time is running out. If you haven't visited the Verona Road Project wi.gov website, Steve is pretty sad because he's been updating that for 7 years straight, probably even longer than that. Given all the work that's gone into this. And then the Verona Road Business Coalition, they had their appreciation event this past week. And we were glad to, or last week as it were, glad to see everybody come out for that one online. It was a virtual one. And they really did a great job, from the block captains, the executive team, to all of the volunteers out there. And of course, everybody that was came out to the events. We appreciate it as that helped fund all the projects that went along with there. And thank you. I for the bottom of our hearts, I mean, thank you for going out and visiting those businesses during all of this construction. They certainly appreciate it. And now that it's over, we hope you'll come in, and if you haven't been down there since construction, it's awesome and very easy to navigate. So hopefully you'll stop down and visit. And yeah, it'll be weird not to do construction updates next year, Andrew. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be a lot different, but we'll still do your Fitchburg Road construction updates. Maybe we'll move those to Mondays to fit our construction needs, right? Got to do something. All right, that does it for me. Coming up next, we're going to transition here to Department of Ag, Trade, Consumer Protection. Yeah, Laura's in next. She's going to break it all down for us on making sure voting is done safely. Talk about that next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh, no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now, know that you matter.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from the Department of Trade Consumer Protection, it is our friend Laura Sutherland. Laura, welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Jeremy. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No, we appreciate you giving us your time. We know you're super busy, and we appreciate it as always. We started to talk about election scams last time you were on the show. We wanted to pick up that conversation and definitely spend some time in the voting side of things. So we talked about last time just donating to a campaign and election surveys. This time we're going to focus in on making sure you're registering to vote, the things that are coming out for absentee ballot, the whole works there. So picking up where we left off, as you look into the voting and you're looking at scams, how can we protect ourselves?
So, you know, probably what I'm going to say here. The most important thing you should do is go to a trusted source of information. There's a lot of confusion about registering to vote, getting your ballot, and where to vote. And unfortunately, that's by design. I think there's some folks out there that want to leave you with the impression that this is difficult and it is hard to vote. It's not. There's some great information out there, and it's at myvote.wisconsin.gov. So anything I'm saying today, you can find there. It has deadlines on all the important deadlines that you need to know when to register. That actually passed. That was yesterday. You can no longer register October. What's today? The 14th? I don't know.
Yesterday was the 14th, so it ended.
Yeah.
Any of the online registration or by mail that is now ended, leading up to election. But you still can still do it in person.
You can do it in
and I'm not going to steal your thunder.
Yes, yep, and you can get an absentee ballot. So listen, on the registering to vote, here's what we'd say about that. There are some great volunteers and staff out there trying to get people to register, but by the time you're watching this, it's too late. So that's when you know it's a scam or it's misinformation because you can't do it anymore. So if anybody's contacting you still about registering, that is not accurate information and could be a scam, and you certainly shouldn't give your information to those folks because it's no longer possible to register to vote, at least for this cycle. And again, you can go to myvote.wisconsin.gov to get really good information on that. It'll tell you who your local clerk's office is. You know, what I will say is there are also organizations out there telling folks that you're no longer registered or your registration has been purged. You can go to your clerk's office and figure out whether or not that's true. I suggest you do that. And again, myvote.wisconsin.gov is a place that can get you to that. Unfortunately, if that information is true, it's too late to resolve that at this point. But again, there's a lot of misinformation out there. Some folks are trying to be helpful and they have incorrect information, or they're just trying to create some level of urgency so they make sure you get out there and register and vote. And so they'll tell you, oh, you may be no longer registered when they actually have no idea. So again, it's too late. So if somebody's trying to register you, don't do that. That could be a scam, but you can find out whether you're registered. Now, what it's not too late to do is get your absentee ballot. You should do it though. Get that absentee ballot and vote. It's, you know, early if you want to vote. You can also vote in person, but early voting in person has started as well. You can do both of those things. I encourage you to get out there and go ahead and do it. On September 1st, as we probably know, the Wisconsin Election Commission mailed out an educational packet to registered voters so you could figure out how you could get an absentee ballot. You can continue to get an absentee ballot until October 29th, Thursday, October 29th. And again, you can go to myvote.wisconsin.gov to get that application, or that to apply rather for an absentee ballot. Some folks are saying they're sending you ballots. Nobody's sending you a ballot except for the Wisconsin Elections Commission. You might get an application in the mail from organizations. There again, some of that information might be inaccurate. So just encourage you to go to a source of information you trust. You can fill out an online request for an absentee ballot. It's very simple. I had my college child do it. I pestered him a lot and he did it. And if he can do it, then I'm fairly certain everybody else can. So I go there and to be safe rather than sorry, and make sure it's not inaccurate.
And, you know, certainly if you have any questions, like you said, go to the website. Being that you're talking to a city organization, you know, we're telling our residents too that, you know, call our clerk's department and check in with them if you're unsure if you got something in the mail and you're not positive of what it is. But I do want to ask you about that. Is there's a lot of materials that are sent out to you, applications and materials and stuff. Do we get are we getting people reporting any of the suspicious activity here as far as fake absentee ballots or that sort of thing? Are you getting reports coming into DATCP on any of these things?
We're seeing more questionable, I think, information about, you know, sort of text in people, social media blasts or pop-ups or directed text at folks saying you may not be registered. And again, that may not be a scam. That just is probably not accurate information, right? Now, look, we know, of course, that scams come in the form of these texts and pop-ups. And anytime you get a text or a pop-up that has a link in it, you absolutely should not click it. That is really, you know, folks may be trying to get you quickly to where you need to go and make it simpler for you, but there's just too many fake websites and scams out there that, you know, we really discourage anybody clicking on any links to take you where you need to go to file for an absentee ballot. Just go to that website that we all know. If you're in front of your computer getting a website shown to you, you might as well go to the one on your browser that you know is accurate, right? But more, I would say we are hearing about scams around the country, and at DADCAP we're hearing about a lot of these questionable, which could be scams as well, but questionable information coming up on Facebook and other social media about how best to apply for an absentee ballot. And it's really not clear enough for consumers to feel safe with that kind of information.
And that definitely takes me to my next question, is feeling safe to vote absentee and making sure that the ballot gets to the clerk's office or to, you know, wherever your ballot is going. How does DATCP work with the election office on scams and different things? Are you guys teaming up? And when we're talking about investigating voter fraud or anything like that, is that in your wheelhouse? Is that more with the election office? Where does that all fit in?
Good question. We did team up on messaging. As Consumer Protection Agency, we do get a lot of complaints and concerns, and we also just get questions. We have a great 1-800 number, 1-800-422-7128, that is manned by folks who know all kinds of stuff that doesn't fall within our jurisdiction. So in other words, if you call and ask us something that you think is a consumer related issue, but we know, oh, really, you need to be going here. So for sure, if people call us about election issues, we're we're getting them to the places that they need to go, and that can include the Wisconsin Election Commission. If there's allegations of voter fraud, that wouldn't be our jurisdiction. But I got to tell you, there's just no evidence, real evidence of voter fraud in Wisconsin. In fact, I heard the former Attorney General J.B. Van Hollen on the radio this morning. He's a co-chair of a organization that is out there working with our current Attorney General to make sure our votes are safe and counted. And he was very adamant that the poll workers are well trained, they know what they're doing, and that our votes are safe. And so people should not be concerned about voting. They should just get out there and vote. They should vote early, absentee, if they're not wanting to go to the polls, or if they want to go to the polls, they can vote early in person in certain places. And we encourage you to do it and feel secure that Wisconsin cares deeply about your vote and they want you to vote, and you should get out there and do it.
I appreciate you breaking that down. I think that's so important to know behind the scenes that, there is a greater cause of making sure that your vote counts, security is top notch, and, we're coming together to make sure that, again, everybody gets that vote counted. For any other resources, reporting or more, I know you had mentioned the phone number, but as we wrap up here, if people want to learn more about the stuff we talked about today, where can they go?
So they can go to 1-800-422-7128 to talk to our staff about concerns for fraud and consumer issues, and certainly any questions about the election. If they have questions about voting, I encourage them to go to myvote.wisconsin.gov and to file complaints about consumer issues. Or find any information about consumer issues, you should visit our website at datcp.wi.gov, and you can file a complaint there.
Laura, thank you so very much for going through it. Great information as always, and we'll be talking a little bit later this month about cybersecurity. Looking forward to it.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
You bet. All right. Great information today. Check out the website if you got any questions. And I'm so glad that we can get Laura and her the whole gang on here on TF to keep you up to date on what's happening here in Wisconsin and keep you safe. That's what our goal here is on TF, among others. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. I want to thank Laura for joining us today, talking about voting safety, as well as last Friday for the election scams that are going on. So be sure you pay attention to all that and follow all the safety guidelines when you're out for the election this year. And coming up tomorrow, the little sneak peek, we'll have the BBB with Tiffany on about breast cancer awareness, and we'll replay some Hy-Vee cooking, that breakfast we just aired last week. So that'll be fun. All right, that's going to do it for me today, folks. Don't forget to tune in to Fact TV. We are everywhere. It's fun and it's free, according to Jeremy. We're on Apple TV, Roku. You can find us online. Our cable channels as seen on the screen. And until tomorrow, everyone, I hope you have an excellent day. We'll see you in the morning with the TF Update.